My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Terror. This movie was originally called Horoscope, though, like Horoscope, which is a perfect title. So I was really heartbroken when they changed it to something so generic like Terror. But honestly, a terrible generic movie like this deserves a title of the same quality. This movie is absolutely atrocious. It has like an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes, but I still went in with an open mind. I wanted to love this movie and it just sucks. But let's begin with what I did like, and I think the cards have cool designs on them. Some of the creature designs are pretty cool, especially the fool. There's one moment with a fool at an elevator which uses this stop motion approach that I really dug, and I do think this movie has potential. I could imagine someone taking the same premise and making a good movie with it, but that's where my positives end. This is not that good movie. This movie is just horrendous, and where to even begin? Let's talk about the pacing and structure because this movie just feels off the entire time. It's a very clunky movie, and it became clear to me that would be the case when the opening title of this movie doesn't show up until 20 minutes in. And not in a cool, clever way like the Friday the 13th remake, in a way that just throws you off. The movie just doesn't feel right. And then when we talk about the quality of the scales, this movie is never scary. It's never tense. It has no atmosphere. It's never effective in any way. And it's just a real bummer. Because even a movie like Ouija, that's definitely flawed, still has a few creepy moments. A movie like Annabelle, the first one, very bad, but that basement scene is perfection. And this movie is just consistently not scary. Also, the characters are really stupid. I always talk about the level of acceptability when it comes to character stupidity, and this movie crosses that line. Like, there's a scene with a girl watching a video, and everybody is telling her what not to do, and she has every reason not to do it. But then she decides to do it. And she gets out of the vehicle, and I was just enraged. Like, you just had a discussion about what to do and what not to do, and then you do the opposite. Like, no, just no. And then there was another character played by Jacob Batlin, who then just gets really stupid really fast just so they could have a set piece. And it just took me out of the movie, the character's stupidity. I also thought, the movie made a serious mistake by not making anything stand out. You know, the movie begins and everybody gets their cards read to them, but nothing that's said is remotely memorable. So the entire time I'm just like, wait, what was supposed to happen to this person? What was said to this person? Like, you just don't remember. So therefore, you can't predict it, you can't guess. It just lacks any bit of engaging quality, and it just makes the plot feel flat, and the characters are as flat and as boring as they come. There's nothing that stands out about them, they're generic, and even when people start to die, they act sad for like a minute, and then everything's good. You never feel the weight of anything going on. There's one terribly written exposition dump. And okay, that's kind of bothered me because they drive like 3 hours to get somewhere, and then they have to drive like potentially like 4 hours to get someplace else, and then the person who they just saw has to go to the second location as well. So there's lots of long drives in this movie to the point where it kind of took me out of the movie. Like, why are you saying this is a 3-hour drive or this is a 4-hour drive? Just keep it vague. It's such, it might come across like a nitpick, but it actually annoyed me. The ending is very tonally confused. Like when the credits show up, you're just like, what? Okay. The movie also completely cheats. Well, some characters should have died and somehow they don't, and it pissed me off. Um, the deaths aren't even good. Like it always cuts away. I don't believe every movie needs to be all rated, but there was a few times where it was distracting just how PG-13 this movie was. There's one scene with a character in a box, and like why? Okay, slight spoiler warning, but why have someone get sawed in half if you're not going to show the after effects or anything? Yeah, just bad. What else? The acting, all atrocious. Harriet Slatter, terrible. Just a terrible performance. Aiden Bradley, he's really bad. Adventica, Vandella, bad. Jacob, everyone's bad. Everyone's bad. This movie is terribly written. It's terribly directed. It's terribly acted. Like I said, you can watch the movie and see its potential. There's some good work from the production crew, like the creature design. Okay, fine. I can dig that. But nothing else about this movie works in any way, shape, or form. I love champion movies that get unfairly hated on, but this movie deserves every bit of ridicule it's going to receive, so I'm giving Terror a 1 out of 10. So, the 3 worst movies of the year so far are Madam Web, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, and Terror. Sony, what are you doing? Like, holy shit, step up your game. But Terror, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.